Have you ever gotten a look from someone and known exactly what they were saying without them saying anything at all? Through the years, I have experienced countless of these nonverbal communication interactions and gained knowledge of all these experiences. Learning about and mastering nonverbal communication will allow you to enrich all of the relationships in your life. Today, we are going to talk about the different types of nonverbal communication, how critical it is when interacting with others, and just how effective it can be. The first thing we are going to discuss are the different types of nonverbal communication. We start with facial expression and gestures. A considerable amount of communication can be conveyed with something as simple as a smile or a frown, a wave with a hand, or even pointing a finger. Another type would be body language and posture. By simply crossing our arms, others around us can interpret that movement as us being unwilling to open up. An additional example would be appearance. Kendra Cherry, writer for Very Well, says, "Appearance can alter physiological reactions, judgment, and interpretation. Just think of all the subtle judgment you quickly make about someone based on his or her appearance." There are a number of other types of nonverbal communication as well that we don't have time to get into. The next thing we will discuss is how the use of nonverbal communication can be a critical part of interacting with those around us. From the few examples I just mentioned, it is clear how much the little nonverbal things that we don't think about that often can impact our relationships with those around us. According to Deborah A. DeLingas and Jacqueline L. Fried, authors of the Journal of Dental Hygiene, approximately 93% of our interpersonal attitude is communicated non-verbally. We communicate how we feel about a person, subject, or an event before we even speak a word. Understanding how often we use nonverbal communication is the first step in recognizing how important it is in our exchanges with those around us. Another critical element of nonverbal communication is being a good listener. By listening to the speaker, you are showing them that you are paying attention and expressing affection. Taking the time to listen starts conversations off on the right foot. When people believe that they are being heard, it makes them feel like what they have to say is important to you. Closing your mouth and opening your ears will open doors and present you with countless opportunities to interact with those around us. The last thing we will be discussing is how to be an effective nonverbal communicator. The first effective way to become better at nonverbal communication is by using eye contact with one another. By maintaining eye contact, you are showing the other person that you are a good listener and are interested in what they are speaking to you about. Eye contact displays respect when having a conversation with others. Like I mentioned before, facial expression is a type of nonverbal communication. If you learn how to successfully use facial expressions in conversation, you are well on your way to becoming an effective nonverbal communication. Barb Nefer, a writer for Livestrong.com, tells us, "Anyone can recognize a smile or a frown and gauge its meaning, regardless of where they come from or what language they speak." Facial expression reflects feelings towards others as well. She goes on to tell us, letting anger show can agitate the other person further, while a calm expression may help them keep calm. One more example of an effective use is touch. By shaking someone's hand, they can tell if you are calm or tense. By touching one on the shoulder, you are displaying a sign of comfort. Also, a hug can show feeling towards one or even comfort them in a time of need. We have discussed different ways to use nonverbal communication, how critical they are when communicating with people we come in contact with, and also how effective it can be when using it properly. The influence that nonverbal communication has on our relationships is clear, yet we spend very little time focusing on that aspect of our interactions with people. Making yourself more aware of nonverbal communication can help you become better at using it properly and can help you improve your communication skills. The new skill has the potential potential to lead to better development of relationships you already have, and also create relationships that used to be over at first sight. Who knows where these might lead you? Thank you.